In this video, we'll take a look at verse widgets in SwordSearcher Bible software. Verse widgets are these little icons below the verse tag in the Bible panel. The first one I've got here is the Set Active Verse and Perform Sync Actions widget. So if I click this, it's basically the same as typing the verse up here in the search box. I'm going to click it, and you can see that my active verse is now John 3:3. And the verse guide has been set to John 3:3, and the commentary is now set to John 3:3. Later I'll show you how you can change what those synchronization actions are. The next one you see is the Copy Verse widget. If I click this on John 3:3, and then I open my word processor and paste, you can see that the verse is copied to the clipboard for me, and I didn't have to use the mouse to mark anything. I just click that button and it's on the clipboard. Nice and easy. There's another way you can use this. I'm going to go back here and I'm going to hold down the Shift button and click, and that brings up the menu to copy a range of verses from John 3:3, and I'll go down to, let's say, verse 6, and then I'm going to go back to my word processor and I'll paste that in. And you can see that I've pasted that range of verses here. And you can control the way the verse text looks, the way that the reference looks, and all of that. There is another video on the website that shows you how to make those configurations. Get this out of the way. Now here we have a favorite commentary widget. This is currently set to the Treasury of Scripture Knowledge. So this is dark, so I could tell there's a commentary on this verse, and if I click it, it's going to open that commentary entry over here in the commentary panel. So anytime that your commentary widget is dark, you know that there's actually content on that verse. Now the one I have next to this is special because it is for a personal commentary that I've made. I've set up a user commentary in SwordSearcher. There's another video on how to do that. I'm going to show you how the widget works. It's light colored, so I know there's no text on that commentary for this verse. So if I click on it, it's going to open the editor. I'll just write something quick here. There we go. I'm going to save this. And now you can see that the verse widget is dark because there's commentary. And if I hold the mouse over there, I can see a preview of the content, which is also visible over here now. Now if I click on this, it'll just make it visible over there in the commentary panel. But if I hold down the Shift button and click it, it's going to open up the editor again for me so I can make changes. I'll close this. Now that I've shown you how those work, let's go and configure some more. I'm going to go to the File menu, go to Preferences and Settings, and what we want is this page here, the Verse Widgets page. So on the top you have the list of action widgets that are possible. Those are the ones that we saw, like the Set Active Verse and the Copy Verses. And down here we've got the Favorite Commentaries widgets. This is where you can make additional commentaries visible as verse widgets or change the ones that are there. You can also change their icons like this. And finally down here, I'm going to scroll. This allows you to change how they look. If you want to make them bigger or smaller, you can use these controls here. So I am going to go up here and turn these on. I'm going to turn on the Topic and Verse Guide and the Find Related Verses. If I wanted to add another commentary widget, I would make sure it's checked and just choose it from my list of commentaries here. Now I'm going to click OK. Now I've got some additional verse widgets visible here. The first one I added was the Topic and Verse Guide widget. So if I click this, the Topic and Verse Guide for that verse is going to come up. There's another video on the website that shows you how to use this. So I'm going to close this for now. So the next one is the Find Related Verses widget. I like this one a lot, and I'm going to demonstrate using this. Notice these two words in here, except and cannot. In this verse, these words really stick out to me. So I'm curious how these two words are used together elsewhere in the Bible. The Find Related Verses is really helpful for this. So I'm going to go click this. And what I have is a list of all of the words in this verse. And they're sorted so that the least common words are on the top. And I'm just going to pick the ones that I am really curious about. I said except and cannot. And I'm going to click Do Search. And here I have all of the verses in the Bible that contain those two words. And so I found some interesting cross-references to study and to jump off from here. Now, one more thing before I finish this video. When you click this one, you're setting the active verse and performing the sync actions. So you might not know what those are. I'm going to go to the File menu again, Preferences and Settings, and here is the Sync Options page. I'm going to click this. So this is what happens when you type a verse up here into the verse and search box, or when you click that verse widget. So you could control from this page here whether or not you set the commentary, and if you want to always use a certain commentary, and whether or not you want to open a verse guide. And there's a few other things here that apply to other actions in SwordSearcher, so you might want to take a look at that. Hope that this demonstration was helpful for you, and I thank you for taking the time to watch.